Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for coming back if you are a returning subscriber. If not, if this is your first time, a very special welcome to you. In today's video, I will be talking about how to handle a little bit of disappointment, failure, and the video is dedicated to anyone who didn't make it in the 2020 Matric year. So yes, you might have felt really disappointed that you didn't make it, but also you want to rise from that and not dwell in the disappointment forever and pick up any lessons that are to be learned. And I'm gonna just share how to go about dealing with that. With any failure, it's important that you know the reason why you failed. Obviously, you want to recognize and work on whatever it is that caused you to fail. Now, you need to just analyze the situation, think about whether you prepared enough. Was there a personal challenge that you faced? You know, with COVID, obviously it was a very tough year for most people. What was the reason that you failed? And that is the point where you really figure out how to then do things differently in the year ahead. Obviously, there are a lot of resources in terms of options that you have available if you haven't passed your Matric, whether it's a supplementary exam, whether you're going to go back to school and you know, study full-time. But this video is just in terms of how to deal with failure. I will not be getting into the specifics of options available, but I will share a resource that you can look at in terms of what options you have now that you didn't make it for the Matric year. If the reason that you failed was because you didn't give your studies enough attention, so this is opportunity to correct that. So it's very important that you identify the reason why you didn't do well. So obviously it's a second chance and you've got to really give your studies the attention that you need to in order for you to do better this year. Now, failure is really an inevitable part of life. We cannot avoid it at times, but what is important is that you recognize the lessons that it presents, that once you have an opportunity then to do things differently, the second chance that you have, really that you work on whatever it is that didn't work the first time, and that you make sure then that the second time around you give it your best. I'm sure then that you will get the results that you would want. So like I said, it's important that you face the reality of the situation. You know, it doesn't help to just, you know, not think about it or want to get into planning what your action is going to be going forward. So face the truth of the situation. You know, obviously you've got to allow yourself to feel the feelings of disappointment, you know, to be mindful and acknowledge that, you know what, I'm disappointed at myself. I'm feeling very sad that I'm not going ahead, going to tertiary. Allow yourself to work through those feelings. And once you have done that, then, you know, then you are able to get into a plan of action. Once you have allowed yourself to feel the feelings, and what are you going to do next? What, and you know, just plan accordingly. What am I going to do different? And obviously just work on that. Also, you need to be kind to yourself. You need to just allow yourself to, you know, to forgive yourself a little bit, to say, you know what, I made a mistake. This is what I'm going to do to move forward, and this is how I'm going to correct the situation. So, you know, don't get stuck also in feeling like a victim. Obviously, you know, you've got to rise above the failure. It cannot define you going forward. It cannot define your ability. You're going to do things differently this year, and obviously you are definitely going to get results once you acknowledge your mistakes and work on them, and you know, have a different approach. The results cannot be the same as when you didn't apply yourself enough. For me personally, I really think, you know, I have had also my fair share of instances where I tried things that didn't work out, where I failed. But I think important for me were the lessons learned, to say, what do I do differently? So I encourage you to not let failure be your undertaker, but let it be your teacher. So very important that we learn the lessons that are to be learned in our failures. I hope then you will feel encouraged, whether you have failed your matric, whether you have failed at whatever it is that you've tried to do. I will end the video with this quote from Ellen DeGeneres. It reads as follows: when you take risks, you learn that there will be times when you succeed, there will be times when you fail, and both are equally important. I think that's a really nice quote to say the people that are successful, it doesn't mean that they've never failed. But I believe it means that in their failure, they never allowed it to consume them. They moved past the failure, they learned the lessons that they were to learn, and they rose above them and they tried again. I wish you the best then with whatever it is that you're facing. Know that you are great and that you will do great. Okay friends, so I've come to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a massive thumbs up, put on the notification bell, share it, subscribe if you haven't done so already for more content on careers and life skills. Thank you everyone for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.